this Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. That's the wrong. No, there we go.
No,
I
that's
got it
right. You're right. You're right.
Press event. I just saw the kickoff there. I'm like, oh god, I got the wrong thing pulled up. But this is the press event that WWE is putting on. It seems like it's going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
It seems like there's something that's going to go down, as you said, could change the landscape of WWE.
Yeah. And it's in Las Vegas, so WWE always does Las Vegas big. It's the weekend of the Super Bowl, so and Super Bowl being in Las Vegas, there's a lot of big things going to be happening on this. I am definitely going to be live for this press conference. Con, I think you are as well. So that is the game plan, to be live for this. Seth will be there, Cody, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, which I don't understand why Bianca's there, because she's not even advertised for anything for WrestleMania yet. And then we also have The Rock and obviously Roman Reigns, and probably the entire bloodline will be there. This is going to be, I think, one of those ones where, like, in the movies, Con, where there is a press conference by the president of the United States when the world's under attack, and all the screens in Times Square are all on just the one thing. I think for wrestling fans, this is that press conference.
It's must see.
Yeah.
Especially after the 2 weeks that we've been through now.
Yeah,
this is must see.
This is what's it called? What's it called? When the president makes that statement, has to stand up there and
presidential announcement.
like the I don't know, somebody in the chat.
I'm Canadian. I don't know.
Canadian. What's it? The presidential address or something like that. Like it's going to be, like I said, it's going to
nation. There you go.
It's what?
State of the Union. Whatever it is.
There you go. It's going to be pro wrestling State of the Union. I actually think that's probably what they should have called it, because that's what WWE needs right now. Every podcaster, every news outlet is calling for Triple H's head for what he's made Cody do. This is WWE's State of the Union. And I think we need to really stay really focused on this. You got to be here early. I'll be live 15 minutes early, as Con will be on as well. So it's going to be a big day in pro wrestling.
A lot of stuff that's probably going to go down, and the WrestleMania picture, I think, will be a lot clearer after this event. Or they'll just announce another show internationally. Maybe that's what they'll announce.
Or they'll announce next year's WrestleMania.
Yeah. Yep.
So
big announcement.
It does say 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific. So for anyone that's over on the West Coast, and if you're in the UK, figure it out.
You guys get
5 hours ahead. So it's midnight for you guys. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, midnight for the UK.
Let's briefly talk about the Elimination Chamber, because that's the upcoming PLE event. Okay?
Yes. So Elimination Chamber coming up in just under 2 weeks, from Perth, Western Australia. We already know that there will be one women's match, to face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Becky Lynch has already qualified over Shayna Baszler. This will be Becky Lynch's first ever chamber match. And again, I think people need to really understand how big this event is going to be. Optus Stadium is not small. First off, it is a massive venue. We are looking at the size of Principality Stadium that we saw in Cardiff, Wales. This is the event that we're going to have. So just so people get the idea, this is going to be a big event for Western Australia. Secondly, it's the most secluded populace on the planet, is the furthest, biggest populace away from any other massive city in the world. This stadium is massive. This city is fantastic. I cannot speak any highlier about Perth. But yeah, Perth, Optus Stadium is incredible. Becky Lynch is in the chamber. Liv Morgan will be going up against Zoe Stark next weekend to qualify, next Monday to qualify. Let's all be fucking real. Liv Morgan's qualifying for the chamber, especially how she showed up last year with that suicide sunset flip off the top of the chamber. Insane. All right.
Insane at the time.
So it's crazy. So just so everyone is aware, Optus Stadium, this is going to be big. And you're going to have a lot of the Asian community coming down. You're going to have a lot of Europeans. You're going to have a lot of people from the States, and obviously Australia coming through. This crowd is going to be like your typical European crowd, guys. So what are they saying for Elimination Chamber? Current setup, 45,000?
Yeah. So the current setup right now is 45,000. Now, granted, this was posted back on January 10th, so things might have changed since then a little bit, but this was towards the start of January there. So 45,000, almost 46,000 was the setup, and they've already sold 41,000.
Yeah. So let's just say this will be sold out.
Here. The max capacity of MAP, not the venue, is 59,000. So they could bump it up another 10,000 or so.
And let's see what they've closed off. Are they doing a big? Okay, no, they're not. They've just closed off that one section.
Just this.
Well,
right
no, it could just be a big display. It could be a WrestleMania style display because look at the ramp.
Yep.
So we could be a WrestleMania style layout. So that could be huge. And it's open roof as well.
Yes, that part. And this crowd's going to be loud.
Insane.
Like you said, if you are in Australia, you do not get shows often.
No,
you do not get shows often. This is about as rare as any place in the world other than North Korea to get a show.
Yeah.
This is
especially
WWE doesn't
Perth.
travel there very often.
Especially Perth.
Especially Perth, yeah. Like, they do not go there very often, and everybody who is going to be there is going to be loud.
Yeah.
I feel bad for them, though, okay? And I feel bad because no CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Seth Rollins is injured.
Yep.
Roman Reigns probably isn't making the trek down. So, you know what I mean? All of a sudden, you are out your
potentially no Gunther
biggest stars.
If he hasn't, potentially no Gunther if he didn't get his visa stuff sorted.
He probably isn't there. Like all of a sudden, that show, for not getting a show very often, you're missing a lot of top talent.
And no Brock Lesnar because of the situation, right? So there is a lot of negative, unfortunately, but WWE does know how to correct themselves and make big shows big. Obviously, you've got the talent of Grayson Waller, Rhea Ripley, Big Bronson Reed.
And I learned something new. Nia Jax was born in Australia.
Yes, she was.
I had no idea. So Nia versus Rhea. That's the main event, no doubt about it.
And we could also
it's a battle of two Australian gals.
And we could also get the final one of a surprise return of Dakota Kai, who is from New Zealand. And listen, the Kiwi population down there is massive as well, and also something I didn't know up until like 3 or 4 months ago. Dakota Kai is Samoan. Yeah.
Wow.
Dakota Kai is Samoan. She's not part of the Anawahi family, but she.
All right. Dakota's gonna screw over Cody at WrestleMania. She's gonna deliver the Samoan spike.
There you go. So like, there's a lot of opportunity for some of those talent down there to really show up and show out. And I think Dakota might get cleared in time, and she might be a surprise entrant in the chamber. So
it'd be really cool.
It'd be awesome.
It'd be also awesome. I don't know what Bailey's gonna do at that event, but it'd be really cool if the turn happened.
That would be cool
in Australia
for
Dakota and Damage Control. And I would like to see maybe this Friday Dakota is split between.
Did you see her tweet?
She's supposed to go.
Did you see her tweet? Did you see her tweet?
Yes, she doesn't know what to think. But I think she's gonna play split. Like, oh my goodness, Bailey, I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna try to mend fences, yada yada yada. And then Elimination Chamber rolls around, and she pulls what she pulled on Tegan Knox or what she pulled on Raquel Rodriguez, just turning on them and destroying them. I think it'd be really, really fun for the story.
Oh, absolutely. I think it would be great for the story, and it would be a great opportunity for everyone involved to really step up the somebody just said it in the chat. She's the mastermind of everything.
Love it.
And I've been saying that, like, remember that one episode of SmackDown, she was holding Io's championship, and I was like, God, that championship does look very good on her. Yep. And then she was starting to talk for all the Japanese characters with Bailey and do the translation and all that kind of stuff. I think there's a lot more to Dakota's character than meets the eye. So it's I
think so too. And she's a Triple H girl, so like it's only a matter of time.
Exactly. So Elimination Chamber is picking up to look as good as it can, considering all the issues going into WrestleMania. So I'm looking for the Chamber, 5:30 in the morning, our time.
Wow.
I'm looking forward to it, but it is what it is.
We did the podcast today, starting, like, we met at like 11:30, 12, and I came down here with the biggest bags of my eyes. You can still see them to an extent. That was at 11:30 in the morning.
I don't think I'm going to be sleeping that night. I might just stay up and just go from there.
I know.
Watch last year's Chamber type thing. Get the crowd in here type thing. All right, moving on to CM Punk and his successful tricep surgery down in Alabama. There is that where they get their stuff done? Alabama. Same doctor that does all the injuries. And we had a slight AJ Lee sighting. Obviously they weren't going to show her on WWE television as much as they can, but we did see
upstairs. Sorry about that.
It's all
you
good.
can probably hear the thud in the background.
We can. But yeah, we did see a little bit of AJ Lee in the driver's seat of the car, but it's good to see Punk got through surgery. He seems in very good spirits.
So we're going to talk a little bit about CM Punk, like you said. So he said that CM Punk went under the knife, if you guys missed it, and CM Punk during Monday Night Raw, he said his comeback will be the greatest of all time. Now, I haven't seen what Teshk was referring to with AJ Lee. I don't know what he's talking about in that sense, but apparently from what he told me is that AJ Lee was seen as a driver at one point. So and that's not a big surprise, right? AJ Lee probably traveling around with CM Punk and probably helping him drive places, hanging out with her husband. Like, makes a lot of sense, but we'll have to ask him when he comes back what he knows about the AJ Lee situation. However, CM Punk successfully went under the knife. I'm trying to find the other photo that I have right here of it. There it is. And this has come out, guys, and I'm kind of interested in seeing this, that CM Punk could be doing commentary while he's injured. All right? That's a possibility. We could see commentary for CM Punk.
Yep.
We're just talking about Punk possibly being on commentary as well during this time, and this report came out from Fightful. Personally, dude, I said this to you off stream, but I'd like to see Punk commentate NXT for a little bit.
I'm okay with that, but like I said, I've never been the biggest fan of the current NXT commentary team. I think they need to remove Booker T. I don't see it. It's really hard for me to watch NXT. It's distracting. Yeah, it's super distracting. Well, he sounds like the Kool-Aid Man. I love the Trick Williams things he does, but the rest of it, he sounds like the Kool-Aid Man. Like, I think my community and my stream, when we watch NXT, we always do, like, is it the over under in 2 minutes of being like, oh yeah, man. Like, I just
oh yeah, man.
So
I personally love it.
See, I would love to see him remove Booker T and CM Punk get in there, because I think CM Punk is very eloquent with his words when he is speaking, very much like Cody Rhodes. I just think it would be a bonus to NXT to have someone that speaks so highly of the business in such, I don't want to say educated, because that's not the word I'm looking for. It's in a very talented manner. There you go. I'll say talented. I think Booker T in ring, incredible talent. Booker T on a freaking commentary desk, I'd rather listen to Matt Stryker at this point.
Wow, hot take. Yeah, like I don't know. I've always laughed and loved Booker T, the shucky ducky quack quack moment. Shit like that it's not everybody's cup of tea. Personally, I think it can. I get what you're saying. It can get annoying for sure. It can be, but it can also, if used right, it can add to the whole broadcast, which is why I think he would be better suited as a manager for Trick Williams.
Yes, 100%, 100%.
Call him
Especially
up,
if
be the hype man.
especially if Trick
put
went
Booker
heel.
T with Trick would be wonderful.
Especially if Trick somehow went heel. I think having Booker as a heel manager.
Could you imagine? Okay, so I'm gonna throw like this random fantasy booking thing that could have happened, but they chose to go in a different direction because it was the right way to go. Imagine if Mello never did attack Trick. Imagine if they pulled the whole big cast thing with Enzo and nobody ever attacked Trick, and it was revealed that he was pulling the wool over Mello's eyes the entire time and he turned on Mello. Like that would have been
cool.
Different story.
That would have been cool. That would have been cool. I would have really enjoyed that. But we've got a big storyline. NXT's
Booker
tonight.
helped him set it up.
Oh yeah, exactly. Okay. Hey, Shucky Ducky, sit down. There you go. All right, last one on news right now. Oh no, we got two more things. But Liv Morgan. We've seen Liv Morgan's return at the Royal Rumble, which I was super excited about. I actually got to see that entrant compared to the first 11 that I missed. But that's a whole other story. But yeah, so going into Liv Morgan, I love this new darker, couldn't care less kind of character promo she cut the other night. I think this is the Liv Morgan that sends her into the main event. I honestly believe this.
They were touching on something with Liv Morgan before she went away, before she got injured. And it was her enjoying pain.
Yes.
That was kind of like her thing. It was a little kinky, but she was enjoying the pain. And now
I don't even know if that's PG.
And now we're going into the direction where it's almost like she's got this chip on her shoulder now, and she's a little crazy. I think that's a good way to put it. She's got the crazy eyes.
Yes.
I don't know how else to say it. She's got the crazy eyes, and I think that this is a cool direction for her character. I'm afraid how it's going to be received amongst her fans. Like, I don't know how a heel turn for Liv Morgan is going to work.
Well, they also had that concern about Alexa Bliss when she went heel, and she made it work, especially with that Coffee Time Bliss thing where she was injured and she wasn't able to wrestle for a while, but she always came down with her coffee. But she was
with Alexa, though, is that she started out as a heel, right?
True.
She was one, like when called up to SmackDown when she won the title in that tables match versus Becky Lynch, she was a heel. And she was a nasty heel at that point. Liv Morgan, the extent of being a heel was in the Riot Squad. There was
that Bobby Lashley Lana thing where she returned and she like had that pantsuit. Was she a face?
She was face.
Wow.
Can you believe that's a face run?
That was a very heel character though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was a face turn.
Okay.
Like, yeah. Or not even a face turn. It was just a face run. But yes, the extent of her being a heel was in the Riot Squad, and the Riot Squad was good for its time for introducing the ladies that they did, but it didn't allow them to thrive and get actual heat.
True.
So I am a little nervous because Liv Morgan's never played a character where she has to get heat. I'm nervous for her. I think she can pull it off. I think if they lean into this crazier, darker side that she does have,
I think it goes well for her because she's going up against a heel. As much as people love Rhea, and she's the biggest tweener right now, as much like okay, listen, Rhea Ripley's a heel, but in everybody's mind, I don't care who you are, she's the biggest babyface in the business right now because everybody loves mommy. Okay?
Yep.
This could be a benefit to Liv Morgan to get her heat and maybe turn Rhea a little bit more to the good side and pull her away from Judgment Day just slightly. But this could be a benefit because nobody wants to see Rhea lose right now. But Liv Morgan is that character that people still want to get behind. And as we've seen with the WWE audience these days, it has been one of those ones where the heel is getting more of the love than the actual face, unless you're Cody Rhodes.
Yes. Yeah, that's a fair point. And if you position Liv Morgan as a heel, as a challenger to Rhea Ripley, maybe she could generate some heat. You're right. Do you think that we're getting it's Becky versus Rhea at Mania, right?
For now.
Like I don't think they're pivoting to Liv versus Rhea at Mania.
Well, whoever wins the chamber, right?
Yeah, yeah. So like I think it's going to be Becky.
You really think Becky's going to win the chamber over Liv? A year of waiting? And Liv is the one that performs the best in the chamber. Like it's almost like her bread and butter.
I don't think we're giving up Becky Rhea, which has been built to for a year.
True.
I do think they're building a future feud of Liv versus Rhea. Maybe Money in the Bank.
Ooh, I'd be happy with that.
Right? Rhea Liv Money in the Bank in Toronto.
I think we'd both be happy with that.
Yeah. So might be the direction. They could also just pull it as the Backlash match.
True.
Liv versus Rhea. Or if Becky wins, you know what I mean? Maybe there's more to that. Maybe Liv goes after Becky, which we haven't seen anything like that before.
No, we haven't. So
okay.
There's a lot of opportunity there. So